What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about RavenCoin today. This one comes to us at the request of Fonzie himself. Fonzie, my man, we're doing this one for you. I looked it up, and I don't know if there is anything more than... Okay, right here, the Binance. That's cool. I like Binance, honestly. That'd be my preferred chart to use. Yeah, we'll use the USD pair. That's okay. So, looking at this thing, basically for most of its existence, RavenCoin has moved sideways. And then last bull cycle, we had a RavenCoin's gonna change the world phase, where we did a 29x in about 4 months. 4 months there. And then just like most cryptos, it has its day, it shines, and then it bleeds out, it fizzles out. And we're right back to previous areas where we've been before. Now, the thing is, let's see, RVN. Before I move on, actually, I want to take this fib from low to high. You can see we're below the 786, where we bounced once, bounced twice. We even actually wicked below, but then came back above and have been resting there for a little bit until we broke last month. We could be making our way down to the 886, where we have found support before here and even back here, potentially forming a higher low from this low, higher low, and then another higher low near like a double bottom there, but much of a more of a higher low. There we go. Our RSI isn't really looking too good. You are below the 40. You're in the bearish area of control. You could go a little bit lower on your monthly, and that that would probably take you down to about here. You could wick lower than this. You could wick past this blue line, but I would think the 886 holds more or less as support. So from here, that would be a, come on now, that'd be like about a 20% move, 15 to 20% move, something like that to the downside. Potentially more. You could wick more, but I really wouldn't expect that you go lower than this low here. I do think, like most cryptos, you have a little bit more in you to go down. Looking on the weekly here, you do not have bullish divergence on your RSI. You actually have bearish convergence, where you have lows here, another low, lower low, in closing basis, not in the wicking basis, but in closing basis, you're working your way down. Same thing on the RSI. On a closing basis, you have lower lows here. So all in all, the weekly RSI kind of looks sad, I have to say. Anything really since you were up here has just been sold into. You haven't even been overbought in a very long time. You get above the 60, this is your strongest bit here, and that's just sad, man. It's definitely strong to the bearish side, and you are in the oversold zone right now. So seeing that 15 to 20% dump or more, it could come in the next week or so. Probably within the month of September, which makes sense because that would line up with what a lot of cryptos are doing right now. From bottom to top here, you've got your 1272 to your 1618, and wouldn't you know it, man, your 1272 is right there, right at that like higher high, probably in line with your 886. Actually, I wonder, this 886 here from bottom, if I can get it, bottom to top, 886 and the 1272, they line up perfectly. So if you do break below these lows, you probably won't by much, but I honestly, this is one of those where I wouldn't expect that you go below the 1618 or to the 1618 even. You probably find support at the 1272 or the 1414, somewhere in that range. That would be my expectation. You did just break right through the 618, man. You back tested the sweet spot as resistance. That's not encouraging. Generally, I would think deeper extensions would be in play because of this kind of action right here, but this thing's been around for a little while, and I don't know. Let's see if we go to RVN USDT on Binance, if it on the USDT pair, because it's got more volume. That's why we're switching off the USD pair. You can see here, look at it. The chart ends over here in 2019 September. The one that I was just on, it's still on Binance, but it ends well before that, back in 2018. So RVN, it's not quite an OG coin, but it's been around. It's been around for a little bit. USDT, and no volume coming in yet, so probably you had this flat base that you were forming and you're just now giving out from that. So let's just see how you do. What would that take you from here to there, from this low to this high? That would take you down around, is that the same area? 11.9, let me see. 11.9 11.7 here. So it's different price areas. To be completely fair, the USDT chart looks a little bit more bullish. Maybe you could get to your 618, but I don't know, man. I'd still stand by it. I don't know if you even see these lows. Finding support at the 1272 to the 1414 is probably more likely, in my opinion. I don't know if my mic just cut out or not. I saw the light blink, but hopefully that was just me imagining things. But yeah, same thing on here. You know, the weekly looks sad on the RSI. The long-term RSI is below the 50. You're well below the purple line. It's slanted downward. As far as what do I think about RavenCoin, man, I don't know too much about this thing. It looks like you have bullish divergence forming now, but really what you have is, right, this is where things can get tricky, and I can be wrong. I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again, you know, don't hold me to it. But low here, higher low here, lower low here, bullish divergence, right? But, you know, your divergence formed over here. Where'd you go? You basically went right to where that was. You didn't quite reach it. And what did you do before you turned around here and you sold off? You actually had a higher high on your RSI while promoting a lower high in your price. That's hidden bearish divergence. And seeing that, I would just basically say this isn't bullish divergence. This is wannabe bullish divergence. And it's psyching me out. It's actually going to go lower. Look at the overall trend, lower highs, lower lows. You're probably going to go down back into the oversold zone again. That's my expectation, which would line up again with that kind of 117, 119 area, somewhere down there, 1.19. Yeah, I don't know, or lower. But what I do know about RavenCoin, which isn't much, is that it's, if I remember correctly, it's better if you're involved with the ecosystem than if you are a speculator. Though most of them, circulating supply, total supply, I don't know if there's more that gets pumped out into this. Let's see. What do we got here? Market cap was at the most. It was. Come on, I can't really get to that, can I? Let's see if it'll tell me. On a closing basis, 1.9, let's call it 2 billion. Let's just be safe here. 2 billion from a current market cap of 175 million. So it's essentially a little bit more than a 10x. What are we from our all-time highs right now on a closing basis? Current price there to all-time highs. Okay, that's a little bit more. So I guess there hasn't been new ones that print out. I mean, it doesn't say the max supply, but I don't know if this thing's inflationary. But from what I'm trying to say is I'm pretty sure you benefit most from this thing if you participate in the ecosystem. But I don't know if there's any locked up for the ecosystem. I don't know how it works, man. I really don't. Like I said, I'm just more of a chart guy, so I might be speaking of things of which I don't know. But what I'm trying to say, guys, nonetheless, is that RavenCoin looks like it wants to go down a little bit like most cryptos. Will it go up from there? I don't know. I don't know how good of a future it has in store for it. You know, you did have a lot of volume on here on the biggest exchange in the world for crypto right here on the biggest pairing. You had a lot of volume coming off of this low here, but you ultimately gave it back and it was just a lower high. And most of that volume came on this very bearish looking week. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I do expect that you hold this low, but I don't know how much is in store for RavenCoin. Could it go above this high? Absolutely it could. That only put it at about a $2 billion market cap. Could it go 10 times that high? Absolutely it could. You know, and a 10x from there would actually be like 100x, right? Because that price there is 29 cents, so a 10x would be all the way up at 2.9 cents. 2.9 cents would be almost a 200x. So is that possible? Absolutely. You know, that kind of market cap could happen for it for sure. That'd be around 20 billion, right? We've seen that. That's not unachievable. It is a high number, but it's not unachievable. And that would take you, you know, within your deeper extensions of this overall fib range. And you probably do come lower. Let's put this down to about like the 119, sure, around there. Kind of around the 1618. You know, that right there would be 146x. This would be about a 50x, almost there. So I don't know. Good things in store for it in the bull market, probably, but there's no guarantees, you guys. There are no guarantees that this thing breaks its all-time high. So far, you've just been in a nice downtrend. What is nice about this is it's very methodical. You can see that it is just like working its way down. It didn't just shit the bed down. You know, it wasn't like you had a pump and a dump scam. It's kind of been working its way down. This part does, to me, look more like a zone of accumulation, and obviously you were selling off here, working your way down. But it's hard to say, For now, what's easier to say, in my opinion, is we go down, probably go down to around the 1272, 1618 area of this overall fib, probably closer to the 1272 to the 1414 actually, around here, around 1.1 cents to 1.2 cents, somewhere in that range, probably a little bit below 1.2, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and that's all I got for you guys. Take care, have a good day. Don't get psyched out by this bullish divergence. I can be wrong, I can, but to me this actually looks more bearish than bullish. So that's all I got. Take care. Bye-bye.